Changes around us. Learning objectives. Slow and fast changes. Reversible and irreversible changes. Changes caused by heating. Physical and chemical changes. Changes caused by pressure. Everything in this world undergoes change in different ways. In our daily life we observe many changes around us. You observe them at your house, school, playground or any other place. In the morning the sun rises in the east and in evening it sets in the west. During the night many stars twinkle in the sky and the moon shines. In dark nights you do not see moon. Change around us are changes in season, summer, winter, rainy. Growth of plants and trees. Drying of clothes. Freezing of water. Melting of ice. Evaporation of water. Burning of fuel materials. Cooking of food. Formation of curd. Movement of things. A seed changing into a small plant. Melting of ice. Water. Burning of wood. Ash. When we look at the changes listed above, we realize that every change has a cause. Ice melts due to heat of the sun. The changes in weather occur due to the heat of the sun and revolution of the earth. Similarly, rotation of the earth causes day and night. However, these causes can bring about changes in shape, size, position, color, state of the things. Let us perform the following activities to study some changes taking place around us. Activity 6.2. Take warm milk in a glass. Add a spoon of curd to the warm milk and mix well. Cover the glass with paper and open the glass after 6 hours. You will notice that after few hours the milk in glass has converted into curd. It is no longer a liquid but a semi-solid. Can you convert it back into milk? No, we conclude that it is an irreversible and slow change. Warm milk in a glass. Curd. Activity 6.3. Fix candle on table and burn it with a matchstick. Let it burn for some time. You will observe that candle changes its shape continuously. It gives a characteristic smell and its weight decreases. In this activity, we conclude that certain changes are permanent in nature and cannot be reversed. Burning candle. Burnt candle. Activity 6.4. Take a piece of paper and draw a funny face and cut along its outline. Try to bring it back to its original shape. What do you conclude? We conclude that changes in size or shape cannot be reversed. Sad face. Happy face. Activity 6.5. Take a balloon and blow some air into it. Expansion occurs in balloon. Release the filled air from balloon. What happens? On blowing, the balloon expands. Its size and shape changes on blowing air into it. When we release the filled air from balloon, it comes back into its original position. Thus, we conclude that change in size and shape takes place on blowing. However, the change can be reversed. From the activities 6.1 to 6.5 the following conclusions can be drawn. There are several ways to change any object's shape and size. Some substances can get back to the original form and some cannot. In other words, some changes are reversible whereas others are irreversible. Some changes occur very quickly whereas others take a long time. A substance can be changed even by mixing two or more substances. Slow and fast changes. The changes that take place in a longer duration of time are called slow changes. These changes may take a few days, weeks, months or even years. Example 1. A child grows into an adult in 18 years. 2. The rusting of iron nail in damp air in few days. 3. Milk converts into curd in few hours. 4. Germination of pea seed into a plant may take a few days. 5. The change of season from summer to winter takes months. Germination of seed. Growth of a boy to a man. The changes that take place quickly or in a shorter duration of time are called fast changes. These changes occur within seconds or minutes. Example: 1. Burning a paper. 2. Sharpening a pencil. 3. Lighting a bulb. 4. Bursting a balloon. 5. Spinning of a top. Burning a paper. Sharpening a pencil. Lighting a bulb. Spinning of a top. Reversible and irreversible changes. Reversible change. Change in which a substance can come back to its original form is called reversible change. These are temporary changes which can be reversed when the causes of the change are removed. Example: 1. Ice changes into water by placing the ice outside due to heat of the sun, and water on heating changes into vapors. These changes can be reversed back on cooling. Water vapors on condensation gives liquid water, which on further cooling changes to ice. Ice in a beaker. Water in a beaker. Heating the water forms vapors. 2. When you put a weight on spring or rubber, it stretches, but when you remove the weight, it retains its original position. Putting a weight on spring. After putting the weight. After taking off the weight. Irreversible change. Change in which the substance cannot get its original form is called irreversible change. This is a permanent change which cannot be reversed even if the condition of the change is removed. Changing of dough into chapatis. Milk changed into curd. Growth of plants and animals. Tearing of paper. Burning of paper. Let us perform some activities to show irreversible changes. Changing of dough into chapatis. Activity 6.6. Take a piece of paper and hold it with the tongs. Now hold it over the flame of a burning candle. You will observe that paper will change into ash. As the ash and smoke cannot be converted into paper, it is an irreversible change. Burning paper. Converted into ash. Physical and chemical changes. Different types of matter can be distinguished on the basis of their nature and characteristic properties, such as their state, solid, liquid or gas, shape, size, color, smell, taste, densities, hardness, softness, and many more. Distinctive features are known as properties of matter or substance. Whenever a material undergoes any change, there is always a change in its properties. A better and simpler classification of changes based on the properties, nature and composition can be made. On this basis, the changes in matter are divided into two classes: physical changes and chemical changes. Physical change. A physical change is a change in the form of a substance. A physical change is a temporary change during which no new substance is formed. This change is reversible and temporary. Let us perform the following simple activities to know about physical changes. Activity 6.7. Take some sugar crystals. They are white in color and have no odor. Now grind the sugar to change it into powder form. Thus we will find that during powdering of sugar, only its form has changed. Before grinding, it was in crystal form and later on changed into powder form. In this change, no new substance is formed. Crystals of sugar. Sugar powder. Activity 6.8. Switch on the electric bulb. It will result in emission of light when the current passes through it. Now switch off the bulb. You will notice that it retains its previous position as the filament cools and stops glowing. However, there is no change in the shape of bulb. No new products are formed when an electric current flows through the bulb. The change is reversible as the current is switched off. The bulb stops glowing. Bulb switched off. Glowing bulb. Let us consider some more examples. 1. Freezing of water. When we take out the ice tray from freezer and keep in open atmosphere, the ice starts to change into liquid, water. If you again put the same tray in freezer, the freezing starts again. freezer, the freezing starts again. During the change, composition of water and ice does not alter. Hence, the freezing is a physical change. 2. Tearing of paper. When we tear a paper, its shape and size change. But no new substance is formed and it remains a paper. 3. Breaking of chalk. Breaking of chalk is a physical change because by doing so no new substance is formed. 4. Breaking beaker. Breaking of beaker is a physical change although when it breaks, its size, shape and ability to hold liquid are lost yet no new substance is formed. Most physical changes are temporary and can be easily reversed to bring back substances to their previous form. Therefore, most physical changes are reversible. Chemical change. A chemical change is a permanent change in which a few properties and nature or composition of the matter changes. In this type of change, an entirely new substance is formed with different properties. This type of change is permanent and in most of the cases it is irreversible. Let us perform an activity. Activity 6.9. Take some sugar crystal in a china dish and heat it on a burner. You will notice that crystal starts melting and turns brownish black and bitter in taste. It is a permanent and irreversible change in which a new substance is formed. This type of change is called a chemical change. Let us consider more examples of chemical change. 1. Burning of wood. When we burn a piece of wood, smoke and gases are produced and change into wood charcoal and ash. Thus, new substances with different properties are formed. Burning of wood. Change into wood charcoal. 2. Rusting of iron. When iron is kept in a wet or damp place for some time, a fine dark brown layer gets developed on it. This dark brown material is rust. The chemical name of rust is iron oxide. This substance has very different properties from those of iron. The process of rusting is irreversible. Hence rusting is a chemical change. Rusting of iron. Side fact. Water contracts as it cools from its boiling point to about 39.20 F, 40 degrees Celsius. At that point, it begins to expand as it cools further to its freezing point. 3. Formation of curd. Change of milk into curd is a chemical change. Before the change, it is a white-colored liquid. After the change it changes into semi-solid material which has different properties. Milk. Curd. Now let us compare physical changes with chemical changes. S. No. Physical change. Chemical change. 1. It is a temporary change. It is a permanent change. 2. No new substance is formed. New substance is formed. 3. Most physical changes can be reversed. They cannot be easily reversed. 4. The examples of physical changes are. The examples of chemical changes are tearing of paper, kicking of football, freezing of water, glowing of bulb, cooking of food, burning of fuels, rusting of iron, respiration in living beings. Let us find several ways in which change can be caused. Change is caused by heating. When we heat any object, many changes may take place. 1. Some objects simply get hot, but no change in the state. When you heat milk or water for few seconds, you may feel that milk or water simply get hot, but no change in its properties or state. Heating milk on gas. 2. Some objects get hot and expand in size. Changes in temperature cause objects to expand or contract. With relatively few exceptions, all objects expand when they are heated and contract when they are cooled and return to their original state. It is a reversible change. Different materials expand or contract at different rates. In general, gases expand more than liquids, and liquids expand more than solids. When an object is heated or cooled, it expands or contracts in all dimensions. This happens because heat causes them to expand. Example: steel rims are fitted into wooden wheels after heating. The rim is heated so it expands and becomes bigger in size. Then it can be fitted easily over the wooden wheel. When it cools, it contracts and fits tightly over the wheel. Steel rim. Steel rim fixed around wooden wheel. 3. Some objects turn hot and burn. You would have noticed in previous activity that paper gets hot and begins to burn. This change is irreversible and cannot be returned to the previous state. Burning paper. 4. Some objects change their state. You know already that when we heat ice it changes into water. Similarly, when we heat water, it changes into vapor. We can reverse both. When we cool steam, it condenses to form water. This process is called condensation. When the water is cooled, it forms ice. Melting of ice is a reversible process. Changes caused by pressure. The shape and size of an object can be changed by using force. For example, when we apply force on an inflated balloon, the shape and the size of balloon changes. Dough changes its shape when we make chapatis. The rubber bands change their shape when stretched. Similarly, the shape of a toothpaste tube, a tomato, a balloon can be changed by using pressure. Applying force on balloon. Applying force on toothpaste. Making a chapati. Mixing as a way of changing a substance. You have already known that some substances are soluble in water. We can easily change by mixing two or more substances and get a new substance. Let us perform some activities. Activity 6.10. Take a beaker with half-filled water. Now add a tablespoonful of sugar and stir it. You will find that sugar dissolves in water and changes into liquid. Thus, we can say that a substance can be changed by mixing other substance. Spoon. Water. Sugar. Sugar dissolves in water. To change a substance by mixing and heating together. We find that soluble substances are not soluble in equal amount of water at room temperature. Some substances are soluble in water when they are heated. Let us perform an activity to show the effect of temperature on the solubility of a substance. Activity 6.11. Take a beaker containing water and keep beaker at room temperature. Now add salt. When salt dissolves, add more and more salt until the salt remains at the bottom of the beaker. Now place the beaker over flame. Heat the beaker and stir well with glass rod. You will observe that salt at the bottom of the beaker dissolves. Thus, it can be concluded that solubility of substances increases with the rise in temperature. Water. Undissolved salt. Salt dissolved in water. Burner. Keywords. Physical change. A change in which no new substance is formed. Chemical change. A change in which new products with different properties are formed. Reversible change. Changes which can be reversed. Irreversible change. Changes which cannot be reversed. Expand. Increase in size. Contract. Decrease in size. Solubility. The amount of substance which dissolves in a liquid at room temperature. Summary. Everything in this world undergoes change in different ways. The changes that take place in a longer duration of time are called slow changes. The changes that take place quickly are called fast changes. Some changes are reversible, others are irreversible. Physical change is the one in which no new substance is formed. It may or may not be reversible. Chemical change is the one in which chemical reaction takes place to form a new substance. It is an irreversible change. Dissolution of sugar in water, evaporation of water, melting of wax, etc., are examples of physical changes. Cooking of food, rusting of iron, burning of fuels, etc., are examples of chemical changes. Some substances are soluble in water and others are insoluble. Solubility of most substances increases with temperature.